4 important facts about a structured settlement. Now, for those of you who have not even heard of a structured settlement before, what the heck is it anyway? Well, what it is it's something common in personal injury lawsuits when the injured person and the insurance company reach a settlement, and the settlement is kind of big. So what a structured settlement is instead of getting your settlement in just one big lump sum of money, the settlement is sent to usually another company, insurance type company, and the agreement is instead of getting this big lump sum, you're going to get a certain amount of money generally every month for a very long time, possibly for life. And so what it does is instead of giving you this chunk of money, you get this guaranteed income over the course of many, many, many years. So why would you do that? Well, there's definitely some pros and cons to it. So let's run through a few things first. So first thing to talk about is sometimes people who get these big settlements are really young and they're really injured. Well, when you're young, you bounce back pretty fast and you're probably not going to have as much medical need as you do as you get older. And as you get older, your medical bills may increase. So if you give somebody very young a large chunk of cash, they may save it and know that they need to spend it on their medical care as they age, or they may buy some dubious friends, they may go get bottle service and squander the rest. So you kind of have to think, well, you know what, if you or your close friend, or if you're a lawyer, maybe helping somebody out, you might consider whether or not a structured settlement would make sense. So the person who's maybe not that investment savvy and is very young will have money to take care of their medical needs as they get older. So the second thing is investments. Now you might be saying, hey, Tom, look, if I'm getting this big chunk of money now, why don't I invest it and make it grow? Then I'll be even better off than if I did a structured settlement. And you're probably right. So if you've got an Uncle Warren Buffett or Grant Cardone, or you happen to be a savvy investor yourself, yeah, take that money, invest it, and make it grow bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's fantastic. The reason a lot of people prefer a structured settlement is not everybody has great investors in their family. Not everyone has a whole bunch of knowledge. And if you just take a whole bunch of money and you throw it into the next best, greatest thing, it may not work out well for you and you might end up with very little or nothing. So if you do have access to folks that are really good at investing, or you happen to be an excellent investor yourself, definitely consider that option. One downside to it is that when you are making investments and your investments are making you money, that money is taxed. When you are getting money from your structured settlement, those payments every month are not taxed. But again, if you're making tons and tons of money and it's taxed, then that may work out well for you. So the third thing is what I just mentioned about taxes. When you do a structured settlement, generally the money that comes into you every month is not going to be taxed. So as our leaders in Washington tend to increase taxes over time, that may become a bigger and bigger benefit as time goes on. So let's look at number 4. What are the cons to a structured settlement? Well, once the terms are finalized, they're final. So if something changes and you suddenly need to get access to that money really quickly, you can't, because you're going to get a fixed amount of money, or it could be a changing amount of money, but the agreement for the structured settlement is going to be literally put in writing at the very beginning, and that is going to be the agreement over time. You can have a structured settlement that pays less money over time, that pays more money over time, but all of this has to be worked out in the beginning. So know that once it's finalized, it is finalized. And if something changes, there's not much you can do about it. Now, there are these unscrupulous companies out there. Oh, I shouldn't say that. There are companies out there that will offer to buy your structured settlement for cash. So instead of getting a large amount of money over time, they will give you a much smaller amount of money right now. And that would be like the worst of all worlds, because instead of getting your big money at the beginning, you're putting into a structured settlement. So you're saying no to big money now, and then you're saying yes to a structured settlement, which is a little money over time. And then if you go sell your structured settlement to one of these companies, then they're going to give you a small amount of money right now. So you would have been much better off taking the lump sum at the beginning. So anyway, that's a little bit of information about structured settlements. So if you are resolving some case and it's a big amount of money, just take a moment and think if structured settlements might be right for you.